Is it all right if my cat joins us? Perfect. Okay, so today I have for you something very exciting, something that I know that you guys truly do enjoy, which is my Trinkets to Side Quest little thing that I'm going on right now, where I turn all 100 trinkets into some sort of side quest or thing or reward or whatever. If you want to check out my other Trinkets side quest, all of them that I've done so far are posted on this channel in doobly-doos. Check them out. So this is number 73, which I just rolled randomly. If you want a specific trinket, comment the trinket and I will actually do it. I'm not even kidding. That's real. 73. A eggshell painted with scenes of misery in disturbing detail. Now, when I very first thought of this eggshell, I didn't necessarily think of like an eggshell, like as we think of it in like Easter eggs, where you take the egg and you blow out all of the yolk and stuff and all the innards. No, I didn't think of something like that. I actually thought of one of these. Yay! One of these are Fabergé eggs. They were kind of really fun around the 1800s, I think, was whenever they were really, really popular, and they're still really popular today, just with old people. And yeah, it's one of those things that has been noodling around in the back of my brain, being like, I want to do something with a Fabergé egg. I don't know if I wanted to have like a fairy inside, or like a queen inside, or like a kidnapped person inside, and I was like, aha, Fabergé eggs. So it is a Fabergé egg that depicts scenes of torture from a particular ring of hell. That is what are the scenes. Hello, Uskar. That's what the scenes are. Okay. They are depictions of hell. And I would recommend that you put something very specific in these scenes of hell. For my examples are tornadoes. Tornadoes are not something that you see every single day, but they are very hellish and they are very wild to look at. And so like if the Fabergé egg has like some tornadoes in the background or something very particular that you can point out to the player as being part of it. Another thing that I thought of is a fruit tree, because in my mind the fruit tree could be like the Adam's apple, but it could also be like a poisonous tree where they think that they're getting a treat finally and think they're getting food finally, but really they're just dying all over again. And then the last one that I thought of is people being dipped in lava. Something like that. Something that is unique to that layer of hell is kind of where I'm going with this. You get my drift? Okay, so kind of where I see this being set is somewhere in between plot points, where something really big has happened and something really big is going to happen, but they need to go to the place in order for this thing to happen. Or maybe they are trying to deliver something and you're looking for things to deter them from getting delivery done, or, you know, stuff like that. Something where you are looking to lengthen the plot line a little bit more and put a couple more obstacles in the way of them getting to their next location. They end up at some kind of a town or a city where there is a particular noble. I named this noble Adam because I thought that it was very fitting, but you can name this noble whatever you want. Adam is the noble of the town. He's the one that talks to the lords and ladies of the city. He's the liaison. He's the one that says, oh, we need more barley. Oh, we need more mead. Oh, we need more iron. You know, those kinds of things. The advocate for the town, if you will. Kind of not necessarily the mayor, but the liaison for the bigger people who feel like they don't have the time to deal with the pish posh of the common folk. You know what I mean? A noble. So somehow the players go to his house. And whenever they go to his house, maybe they're getting better accommodations because they're well known in the area, or maybe the thing that they are carrying gives them a certain aptitude, or maybe it's like, oh, I know a guy or something like that. But they get into this noble's house to go to sleep, and in the noble's foyer is the painting that has the tornadoes, that has the lava, that has the fruit tree. It's the exact same level of hell being depicted in the painting as on the Fabergé egg, right? So that's going to raise some ding, 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 ding. And hopefully, if it doesn't raise it in the players, you can be like, hey, this painting looks really, really familiar. Roll a history check to see if you remember. Prompt the players to get them to realize that this egg has a connection with this painting. So because now you have given your players a little itty bitty morsel of information, a morsel of connection, hopefully what they will do is ask for more, because that's what players do. They just are nosy. You know, players are very, very nosy. And maybe they'll ask the noble where they got the painting, blah, 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 but they're going to ask about the painting. The noble is going to be very, very quick to inquire about, like, oh, you like this painting? Do you know about this painting? Do you know the meaning of this painting? Do you know the philosophy of this painting? And the reason why he's going to be very quick to almost interrogate them about their interest in this painting is because this painting is actually a symbol to other devils and other demons and other beings that this house, or in the egg's case, this person is under the protection of the devil lord or the devil king of that layer of hell. Let's say it's the 60th layer. So they're under the protection of the devil king of the 60th layer of hell. It's kind of the same thing as whenever you used to have gumball machines in certain businesses, and those gumball machines would signify that the mafia was protecting that place so you couldn't rob that place. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? So once the noble sniffs out that these players actually have no idea what this egg is, and they have no idea what this painting is, they just somehow stumbled across the egg, there's going to be a shift. There's going to be a change in the winds, a glint in the eye, a little hint somewhere that the noble has made some conclusions in his mind. And he is going to tell you, well, that egg is very, very valuable. So is this painting. I have a friend, Jacques. Let me introduce you to Jacques. He is an art appraiser. Let me introduce you to him tomorrow. Yes, yes. So they're going to go be introduced to Jacques. Jacques is a devil in disguise. Jacques' job is to traffic people, is to get human beings into hell before they die. That's Jacques' whole game, okay? So the noble is going to bring the players to Jacques. Jacques is going to then be like, oh yes, I'm going to make you magnificently rich. I'm going to make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. Just follow me into this back room. And this is where things get a little tricky. This is where things get a little interesting. See, it depends on if your players are trusting you or not. If, like, my players, they don't really get it. They don't really get that I am setting up obstacles for them. So they would just walk directly into the room. But some players might be like, a little fishy, a little weird. You're telling me that you're gonna make me rich beyond my wildest dreams. Insight check, perception check, whatever. And that's where the kind of the side quest splits into two different options. Option A, they walk through the portal. Option B, they notice the portal. So he's going to walk into this back room that is very black and dark and also has a drape or a cloth in front of it, curtains in front of it so that it's not necessarily easy to see. And whenever he goes into that back room, he's going to flip a switch. That switch is going to turn on a portal, and that doorway is going to become a portal to hell. If your players just walk in to hell, one does not simply just walk into Mordor, but if you just simply walk into hell, what's going to end up happening is they're going to get into a jail cell. The jail cell is going to close behind them. The portal is going to shrink once again. And congratulations, now you have a jailbreak episode. No, but really, jailbreaks are incredibly fun, and you can put some really, really fun NPCs into the world. People that are maybe not so great, people that are great, people that are gullible, really could flavor up the sauces of the people and the NPCs that your players now have access to. Now, if your players don't go into the portal. If your players instead roll an insight check, perception check, something, and see that something is fuzzy, what I would recommend doing is, if they roll like a perception check or if they roll like an insight check, I would say something along the lines of you start doing the insight, you start looking up and down, you start doing but before as soon as he disappears into the background, you just see, and I make this little hand motion, and just see how they interpret that, because that's immediately going to make them sus. It's immediately going to make them scared. And it's a lot of fun to make your players scared. Once your players investigated a little bit and realize that it is a portal to another location, they'll be able to either go into the location and help save the people that do not deserve to be imprisoned there, do not deserve to be transferred to hell, or they can say fuck it and leave the egg and not do anything ever again. Whatever it is, they now realize that there is a portal that they can access, and they also realize what the egg truly is. And that's kind of the fun part of the whole thing, right? Is discovering what this little trinket means. They can go through the quest if they want to go through the quest, but they don't have to go through the quest. And I liked this a lot better than just bonking them over the head and dragging them into the portal, because that kind of takes away the player agency. It takes away their agency over their own character and what they're doing. And like, what's the point of having hit points if you can just be knocked over the head, you know? As for where that portal goes to, it goes to an underground prison on the material plane, hopefully close to where your next destination is, that is a holding prison for devils whenever they enter into a contract and the contract gets violated or whatever, for those people to be transferred to hell to be tortured.
Editing Alex here. I realize now, as I am editing this video, that I have said that this portal goes to both hell and the material plane. So I'm just going to combine the two and say that it goes to a place where hell touches the material plane. So it is both hell and the material plane at the same time. Yeah.
Now, once your players figure out that information, they may want to go back to Jacques, go back to the portal, and try again to get out of the prison and get everybody out of the prison safely. But that is not readily available information unless, of course, you threaten the noble. Then that might become readily information. By the way, the noble is in on this. The noble does have a contract with the devils and is in on the whole situation. So yeah, a little bit of mafia, a little bit of human trafficking, a little bit, it's a little bit of portals. It's a fun time. It's a great time. But I seriously think that jailbreaks are very highly underrated. And I think more people should enjoy a good jailbreak in their D&D sessions. But yeah, that is my idea for this week. I really, really hope that you enjoy it. I really, really hope that you do it. If you have a trinket that you want me to do, please let me know, because I am literally just picking these trinkets randomly right now, and I would absolutely love for somebody to actually pick a trinket. That would be super cool and make my day. So I would appreciate it so much if you would pick a trinket. If you would like to see more of my work in a more fleshed out PDF form, I do have a Substack that I really do enjoy posting on. I post there once a month. A fully fleshed out idea of mine. This month is going to be a sentient magic item that I really love that solves the problem of having to use sending stones or having to use link pearls or having to use, not being able to communicate with your people back and forth. It's something that solves that problem, but it is a sentient magic item that I am super duper excited for because I love them so much. And then the next month after that, June, is going to be another dungeon. It is going to be an interesting dungeon because this is going to be a dungeon where your players keep track of the dungeon, so they make the map. They make the map as they go along. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys are excited about it. And if you want anything from me, including talking to me live on Twitch, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, all the links are in the doobly-doo down below. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. You are always welcome at my table, and I will see you in next week's video. Yay!